Good morning, happy Sunday. Sitting here watching it rain. Nice way to have a Sunday. We are talking about not letting your past define your future. You're not your past. You're not. People need to realize this. People need to let go of that. I see folks on a regular basis who come to me just heartbroken. People in their family, their circle of friends, their extended family, will not let go of who they were 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and they can't deal with that. So this is some of the things we talk about. Honey, that was then, this is now. They knew you then. Maybe they don't have a clue who you are today. So what they think really doesn't matter. They will see that you have changed by the way you lead your life. You're clean, you're sober, you're not in abusive relationships anymore, you're not in jail. Whatever the situation is, you have done better. You have learned the life lessons and you're not repeating them. Just live your life. Be proud of who you are. I'm proud of who you are, who you've become. You're no longer trading one addiction for another. You're no longer in abusive relationships. You're no longer doing illegal things that you were once doing. You're not hanging out with those folks anymore. You've learned that you are worthy of love and respect and a good life. You're worthy of happiness and joy. And you have found that. And if other people don't appreciate that, well, then that's their problem, not yours. And it's sad because sometimes it's people that you looked up to. It could be family members or extended family, and you really want their respect and admiration, their approval. Well, you don't need it. You might want it. I want to be a size 2 again. It's not going to happen. So just because you want something doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen. Is it for your greater good? What's it going to prove? If you get this person's approval, you're still the same you. So what? You don't need their approval. You need your approval. That's what counts, is your opinion of you. I want you to let go of the guilt, the shame, the humiliation, the anger, the outrage, all of the negative emotions attached to the past. You handled those situations the best way you could at that time with the tools that you had. If you were a victim of child abuse, neglect, abandonment, okay. You dealt with that situation the best way you could as a child. As a child, not as an adult, because now you're looking at the situation through the eyes of an adult. Well, it's a different situation. When you're a child, you handle things like a child. You see things and experience things through the lens of a child. Cut yourself some slack. Forgive yourself for not doing better at the time. It's okay. You did the best you could. It's okay. If you are a victim of domestic violence, family violence, sex trafficking, the sex industry, okay, you learned a life lesson. You know your worth. You're worth more than $25, $50, $100, whatever it was. Sweetheart, they're wanting beer in your champagne. There's no price. There is no price for you. You are priceless. Know your worth. Know your boundaries. Never let anybody speak down to you, disrespect you. People can think whatever they want to think because you learned the life lessons. You've come a long way. You have self-esteem, strong self-esteem, self-respect, boundaries. And the people back in the day probably don't appreciate that they can't push your buttons and control you anymore. They don't like the boundaries and the self-respect. Well, now that's their problem, not yours. Stand tall in your truth. Stand tall in your recovery. And I don't care what type of recovery it is. Be proud of yourself for making it. You did it. People said you wouldn't, and you did. If they want to remember you as the person you were in the past, that's their decision. Because the only opinion that matters is your opinion of yourself. And I am damn proud of you. And we will never allow your past to define your future. Your future is bright and brilliant and wonderful, and whatever you decide you want it to be. You can get an education. You can get a good job. You can make your life whatever you want it to be. I have faith in you. And those that are my clients, they know I will help them all that I can. Encourage them, nurture them, support them. Point them in the right direction. And kick their tail when it's needed. Because, honey, I'm not Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat. I'm pretty much a straight shooter. But I have faith in you. And you are brilliant. You have done such great things. Don't let the past define your future.